Hi, I'm Kresta. This is my fourth comment on this U.S. Supreme Court decision. You can think of it as the court constitutionalizing the sexual revolution of the 1960s. Those of us who resist are now being called irrational bigots and haters. While this is not unusual in church history, it is unusual for American Christians to be on the opposite side of their government. Overall, this will be bad for America. It can be good for American Catholics, though. We've been through a culture war. It was necessary. We had to bear witness before our countrymen to the truths that we know. But right now, Christians exercise no creative control over any of the major engines that drive the modern age. Sociologists look at multinational corporate businesses, centralized bureaucratized government, the news media, Hollywood and the entertainment industry, the academy, universities, colleges, and of course the scientific, medical, and technological research industries. These are called the engines of modernity, and we exercise no significant influence in any of them. Only in the churches and our families does Christianity exercise any controlling authority. In other words, we will no longer get socially reinforced anywhere in the general culture. Sociologists know how difficult it is to sustain minority beliefs in a majority culture. For instance, it's a lot easier to be a Mormon in Salt Lake City than in New York City. And this is why Catholics and other Christians must rediscover their identity as disciples of Jesus. We are in the world, but not of it. And St. Paul warned us to not be conformed to this world, but to have ourselves transformed by the renewing of our mind. We have to demonstrate a way of life that is visible to the watching world. We are baptized into the one who died for his enemies. We are united to the one who told us to love our enemies, and we're to be identified by how we care for one another. We'll have many responsibilities, but our primary attention should be on building the church, that is, the community of those who are disciples of Jesus. Jesus taught that when a disciple is fully trained, he'll be like his master. Are you becoming more like the master? Are our parishes becoming what Christ calls them to be? The world is longing for us to be what we say we are, and we haven't been. Sociologists tell us that self-identified Catholics are virtually indistinguishable from other Americans. Now, if Jesus doesn't make a difference, then why should they believe us in Washington, D.C. when we aren't even listening in our own pews? In John chapter 17, Jesus gave the watching world the right to judge whether the Father sent the Son by the degree of observable love and unity they witness on the part of his disciples. When people look on our families and our domestic church, our parish, do they see a people who are following St. Paul's instructions to love one another, pray for one another, serve one another, bear one another's burdens, exhort one another, admonish one another, rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep? While the legal battle must go on to retain our freedom to present the good news, our primary concern will be to demonstrate who Christ has called us to be. We need to become a hospital for all those who have become victims of the sexual revolution. The church is the place where people damaged by divorce, promiscuity, domestic abuse, homosexual experimentation, adultery, fornication, incest, abortion, transsexual surgery can all come to find forgiveness, freedom, acceptance, healing, hope, and eternal life. Are we up to stand on our own without the props of American culture? Will we support our priests, bishops, and lay missionaries, our own institutions of education, charity, and healing? We are facing the most important test of American Catholic laity in our history. Are we ready for it? The fathers of the Second Vatican Council prophesied that we were entering the age of the laity. John Paul II, Benedict XVI, and Pope Francis have called the laity to take co-responsibility for the church, not just collaborate with clergy, but to take co-responsibility for the church with them. Is it possible that we came into this world for such a time as this? I'm Kresta. Love to hear from you. Thanks.